Okay, guys, top right corner. It's going to be Pet, currently on Team Startail, making his team proud getting this far.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have somebody move far that, again, an underdog. I mean, again, like I mentioned, I spent probably 30 minutes looking for Pet games, and I just could not find anything about him. So it's really cool that he's gotten this far. Bottom left corner, guys, MVP Tails. Tails had a couple of months, I'd say a little bit more than a couple of months, of where he was just destroying everyone. We actually had a Tails versus Stefano matchup, and I believe it was actually really close. It was like 4-3 or something like that, and it was just, that was the point when Stefano was getting really good as well. Just Tails was a great player back in the day, and he still is a great player. It's just that two-base play has fallen off a little bit besides Century Immortal. And
oh man, I remember way long ago. I'm going to say November 2010. Or November 2011, I'm sorry. Just after a month after IPL 3 was when we had the multiplayer event in the UK, and Tails and Stefano ended up meeting up at the finals.
Oh, really?
Yes, and Stefano ended up beating Tails, but Stefano already had a spot to IPL 4 because he had won IPL 3, so we ended up giving it to Tails instead.
Oh,
so,
nice.
And that's how he came to IPL 4.
Tails, cool guy, man.
Yep.
Looks like he's going to open up a little bit more standard this time. We'll see if he does go for any types of photon cannon rushes. And notice last game, he was trying to get it down no matter what. He tried to put it in front of the Overlord where the Overlord would normally been. Yeah. But Pat actually changed his transition up a little bit and put it behind the mineral line. So there is a possibility of him trying to photon cannon rush once again.
15 pool coming up for Pet. No real surprise, as wants to make sure that he's not going to take any unnecessary risks here. We have been seeing some Zerg players that have toyed around with going hatch first again, but you know, a lot of players are discovering though that the economic advantage isn't all that great. And in ZVZ, you're even seeing a return to a lot of players just going pool first, even on pretty safe maps as well. Just get those earlier queens prioritized. But for now, Pet's going to see the scout. He's just heading out and putting down his hatchery for now. But I think he'll pay a little bit more attention to this probe maybe this time.
Yeah, he also just played safer again, like you mentioned, went for the pool first. Last time with hatchery first. And
oh, God.
People just don't do that anymore in ZVP because what happened to him is Tails was able to get a huge advantage off of him. It's just, you don't even lose that much. I think you lose, a total of 2 drones overall if you go from 15 pool into the 15 hatchery. It's just not worth the investment for a possible chance to straight up lose a game if you don't defend it perfectly. So just going with the safer route here, and from Tails, we'll see what his plan is.
Pet has not seen behind his minerals. Now, Tails didn't go for any sort of a... Oh, okay, never mind. He's got an overload over here. He knows what's going on. He knows that there's no resources to put a cannon rush in. I was about to say he hasn't explicitly gotten back there and seen it, because that can always be scary. But looks like Pet has a pretty good idea of what his opponent's doing. Gas coming up very early on now for Pet too, and we'll see what he decides to do with this, if it's just going to be speed and then move on from there, or if we're going to see something like a big roach play.
Yeah, this is really important for Tails to go out and scout, actually. Because the Korean metagame on this map, if we have a hatchery down at 415, they immediately follow up into a really quick third. They just get a sentry out and just go off one gate. But scouting this is a big deal. Tails, okay, something's a little bit fishy here. There is no third up quite yet. There could be a potential that he's gone for either really quick queens to get creep spread out, or he's moving up in tech. So I would like for him to open up very safe here. I'd like to see a robo really quick from Tails.
And I would imagine that that's what his strategy is going to be anyway, even if he was going for the strong gateway pressure, which he so adores. We have a second photon cannon. He knows something's up. So a second photon cannon is on the way. Kind of an interesting position for that, as it's going to allow roaches to still pick away at the cybernetics core. Would have figured he would have dropped it maybe behind the forge just to watch both sides, something like that. But he knows better than I do, and it is actually going to be 2-base layer tech out of Pet.
Wow, Pet, so he has a really weird style. He seems to... I know last game he was forced to go into roaches, but the way Tails is playing, it looks like he has a reputation for being a little bit more on the cheesier side, a little bit more aggressive, not liking to go for a third hatchery, just from the way that Tails are making these reads here. And with him going straight into a quick lair, I'm really interested to see what he's going to go for. I don't see a third or fourth gas yet. Would like to see a third and fourth gas from Pet if he's going for, say, Mutaplay. But Mutaplay is a little bit harder to pull off on this map. It's pretty easy to zone, actually, your opponent. If they get the Mutas into your main and natural, put a couple of photon cannons, a couple of stalkers on the outside of your bases, and they're kind of stuck in that bottom left corner. So we'll see what the plan is here for Tails.
Ruh-roh. And Tails sees, of course, no third base, so he's got a better idea of what's going on. Probe does get killed before it's able to get in and see too much. I'll actually take a look at his vision. He wasn't able to pick up on all the gas or anything like that, so not the best scout. And whoa, Hydra bust.
Wow, interesting.
Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yeah, forever. And he might follow this up into a Nidus network, actually.
That's probably likely, actually.
Yeah, Nidus network straight, and you get the Hydra groove spines, get a nice network outside the natural, and you just get creep and pop outside and break down that natural.
But once again, look at this. Tails has perfect vision over his main. There's no spot where a Nidus network can actually pop up that he'll be able to, that he won't be able to see. Natural is perfectly protected too. I mean, he could do it where it's that sort of Nidus network where it just gets a little bit closer, so the Hydras don't have to walk as far. Regardless, though, Tails is still pretty well prepared, and there it is. Hydra's network is about halfway done.
Followed up into 4 gateways as well, so Tails will have the availability to hold this, but gateway units actually get destroyed really quickly by Hydras. The DPS is way too strong. You get Lings in the front. They absolutely wreck Protoss players. They need to follow up into Robotics Bay really quickly, and that's how you just deal with this whole entire push right away. If not, you need pretty much godlike micros. So we'll see what Tails is going to do. He hasn't really indicated going for Robotics Bay. Instead, what does he have? 5 gateways on the field, which kind of allows him to still expand if he wanted to go that route. I would like to see a couple more gateways just to defend this.
And the Nidus Swarm has gone off, and it is at the outside here because, of course, the range, even without the groove spines of the Hydralisk, they're going to be able to pick away these structures very, very easily. Thankfully for Tails this time, his Cybernetics core does finish Warp Gate, so he will be able to get out there and do a little bit of Warp and Cycles here to try and defend this.
Pet really hates Cybernetics cores.
I noticed that.
He has strategies planned just to kill them off, and then he'll go into macro mode. Pylon's killed off right away, Cybernetics core killed off as well, and he's still following up Lings as well, so he'll have a point where he could run in the natural. Thing is, there are force fields available. Oh, if he gets this +1 armor killed off, oh my gosh.
Look how quick that's going down. Hydras, just 4 of them along with the Queen here, take down that building incredibly quickly, and now they can turn their attention to this Warp Gate, so certainly we'll want to see another Warp and Cycle here in just a bit, but of course it's just going to be Zealots, and slow Zealots at that, so the Hydras will have an opportunity, especially, oh no, Creep Tumor was put down. I'd really love to see a Creep Tumor. It would give so much more maneuverability to the Hydras. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, you're right there. If Pet makes a mistake and those Hydras are a little bit too far off creep, and suddenly Zealots keep maybe warp in behind because he has that pylon there, those Hydras will die instantly. Gonna engage right away. These Lings are dying pretty quickly. Force Field actually hold the Hydras back for a second, and it looks like Tails is gonna get engaged. We need a few more Zealots in right away, but that looks to be a pretty good engagement for Tails.
Yeah, he holds that pretty well, takes a couple of Hydras with him, deals with all of the tank, these Earthlings up at the front, kills a couple more units, backs out of there without losing too many more sentries. Did lose one there just at the edge, but forced a sacrifice of a couple of Hydras to get that done.
Oh, and Tails is actually going to potentially force this push to retreat, and if he gets a few more Zealots in, I really feel like he's got this on lockdown. A couple more gateways falling in as well, just being typical Tails. I'm going to win this with gateway units. I don't care if Hydra's counter, but there we go. There's the Zealots being warped in, and this might be the chance for Tails to actually push this back. I really think Pet might run away. With Guardian Shield being popped too, oh my gosh.
Oh, and the worst part too was that those Hydras were actually just popping out of the Nidus Worm as that was all happening, so Tails was able to engage the front line of those before the Hydras were able to make their way out, and of course, Stalkers are way faster than Hydras, so they would be able to chase those down, but it looks like he obviously has to defend the brand new round of Hydras that just popped out of the Nidus Worm.
Nice little counterattack. Would have been nice if he kept making those Hydras run away and the Stalkers chased him and then did it a little bit later. I think he's a little bit too proactive with trying to get those Hydras out really quickly to go for a counterattack, but I like the idea behind there. And he actually brings the other Hydras back too as well. There's so much gas being thrown away. Tails, well, he lost what, a lot of Zealots and maybe 3 to 4 sentries?
Yeah, but look at that. This is a building-killing force. This is going to run across the map right now and basically obliterate his opponent. It doesn't matter that there's Spine Crawlers coming up for Immortals will actually just wreck those. So really, honestly, Pet's in a really tough spot. Tails could just win with this push, honestly.
I really feel like Pet's options after killing that Cybernetics core was just to go home and get into a 3rd hatchery. It's going to slow down your opponent so much and then get an attack ready for your opponent's 3rd. But now Tails is just moving straight into the natural. Right away, Stalker's leading the charge. Spine Car is trying to pop up. Queen's going to die immediately here. Spine Cars, a couple of them will finish, but 2 will be killed off immediately there. And it looks like Tails may just have this game under wraps. Their drones being pulled off the line right away.
Yeah, that's it. GG. Tails takes the set 2-0. He's going to move into the finals against Incredible Miracles Younghwa. And of course, we're going to have those games for you guys here in just a second.
Interesting strategies from Pet. I really feel like he just made a couple of mistakes where he could have retreated after killing that Cybernetics core, guys. If you ever go for that strategy, go ahead and go home and expand. The Hydras will be great defensive units. You'll be able to get your expansion up, and then you can gear up another attack with probably +1, even maybe +2 if you do it really quickly, and attack your opponent when they go for a 3rd, or at least just keep map control. Pet just kind of overextended a little bit. He had some good ideas, some nice darting back and forth, even when he was retreating and he was going to have that attack going to his opponent's natural and kill off probes. Oh my gosh, that would have done so much damage if Tails kept chasing those 2 Hydras, but he did it too quickly. I don't know, I like Pet's play and I hope to see him more in tournaments.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, well, that is going to be for it for our second set. We still have one more best of 3 to go. It's going to be a PvP to see who wins this international qualifier here at for IPL 6. Is it going to be Incredible Miracles Yanghua? Is it going to be MVP Tails? We'll find out right after this.